Hello, this is
Hello.
Angelo. This is my life and business partner, Alexandra, and we are here for the Army of You masterclass that will prepare you for Time to Thrive challenge that begins tomorrow. I want to remind you the title we have chosen for this masterclass: How to Win the, let me add, seemingly unfair, game of the new economy. And you will find out why we call it seemingly unfair in a minute. And I also want to use this amazing quote from Buckminster Fuller,
Yes,
which is one of our favorites.
One of our absolute favorites. So the quote goes, "Don't fight the old, make peace with the new."
Don't fight the old, make peace with the new. And why is that? Simply because once we are here, once we get ready to get started, to change everything, what we are basically doing mostly is saying what we don't want to happen. We are focusing not on where we want to go, we are focusing on where we are. And this has to change. Why we are here? There are three main reasons we are here. Number one,
because the money game has changed dramatically in the past 3 years, and we have not yet realized the consequences.
That's right. The money game has changed. Coronavirus, the war in Ukraine, and you name it.
Inflation.
Nothing is the same. And
energy crisis.
People were actually waiting for things to get back to normal. And they don't. They simply don't. There are so many people who, even though there are no lockdowns right now, are still willing to, get like food on delivery or get their things at home rather than go out and shop outside and so on. So the shift to the digital economy is happening and is here to stay. It's not a shift that was like for a few months or maybe a couple of years. And it is something that you need to acknowledge if you are to succeed.
There is a new normal. So the old normal will never come back, and we have to
Exactly.
rapidly adjust. Why we are here, number two, because we are not meant to merely survive, but to thrive.
That's right. You're here to thrive. You're here to not only give the value that you are meant to give to the marketplace, to the world, but also to make all your dreams a reality as well. And this is something, if right now your mind says, no, this is too much or something, you've just discovered another limiting belief. That's all. Number three. Very important.
This is one that for me really goes straight from my mind to my heart.
It gets you real emotional every time you think about it.
So because 10 years from now, you will look back and wish you had more time to do the things that really matter to you. And this is something that we all think about at certain points.
Let me tell you something. Maybe you've been there. I definitely was there. Okay. If there is a shortage of money, if there is a shortage of cash, if there is a shortage of dollars, euros, yen, and so on, you think that this is, the reason, the cause of pain, and their presence will bring you immediately to a place, that you're deliriously happy and everything is solved. But once you look back in your life, even though you invest most of your time to earn money, you will find out that this is not what you wanted to do. You wanted to be more with your family, your friends, to create magic moments, to have some peace in your mind, to be able to enjoy a sunset than being, like in a cubicle doing trivial stuff just to get a paycheck. And this has to change no matter how big, how strong the imprint is, from all the previous years and decades in our lives. And this is one of our big wins, as you will find out later, for me and Alexandra in these past few years.
Yes.
So
we will talk about it in a few moments.
What's our destination for today? We have like three important points to cover. And just in case we're wondering, we have three things to sell to you. But all these three things are like you don't need to give us like your credit card.
No.
It's an emotional purchase.
Yes.
Okay, a mental and emotional purchase. So, number one,
to buy the fact that you need a new model that actually works better, because
or
maybe
works better. Yeah,
you have
exactly.
already a good model, but you can still make it work
That's
better. Right?
So, right now, you might say, Angelo, you know what? I think my model works.
Yes.
I am halfway
satisfied.
there, but just because you're going, like quite fast with your bicycle, it does not mean that you can get to the moon with your bicycle. You need a new vehicle that can actually get you where you want to go. So ask yourself this. Where do I want to go, like financially? What do I want my lifestyle to be? What do I want my impact in the world to be? Does my current model take me there or not? Because if so, you need to make that acknowledgement right now and change things right now. Next,
the second one, to buy the fact that the more you sweat in the gym, aka prepare, the less you will bleed in the game.
Exactly. So, the more you put your mind, your heart and soul to what we are discussing right now, the more prepared you will be for Tony, Dean, and all the other speakers in about 24 hours from now, depending on when you're watching this. Okay, so we are only 24 hours away from Time to Thrive Challenge. And if you're watching this live, this is very exciting. But also, you know what? We've been with Alexandra, we've been to about almost like 10 virtual events from Tony and Dean, like UPWs and so on. And of course, the Own Your Future Challenge, which is quite similar, like the little brother of the Time to Thrive Challenge that you will experience from tomorrow and on. And let me tell you this. You won't realize what happened.
It will go by in a flash.
The next week will pass by in in a heartbeat. You will feel that the next week will pass by in a heartbeat simply because your mind will be consistently processing and your heart will be consistently processing amazing emotions of how much better your life can be. If you simply make these tweaks in your mind, if you simply make these shifts in your beliefs and your habits, the two big things that govern our lives, our beliefs and our habits. Our beliefs govern our thoughts, where we think we are consciously thinking, but basically our beliefs decide for almost 95% of our thoughts, and our habits decide for about 95% of our actions. So, the last thing that you need to buy from us today, and the most important one,
to buy your super self, the best version of you. We like to call it super self.
So. Your super self is the best version of you. As Tony Robbins says, every moment we are expressing states, and every state is there for you. Like there are not like 50 shades of gray, there are infinite shades of gray. Mm-hmm. But all you need to remember are the two shades of gray that matter the most. And these are, let me call it like the one that you are right now as the dreaded state, the one you want to avoid, because you're still lacking some things in your life and you're wondering, why can't I have these things in my life? Because the model is not right. And your super self, which is the picture, the image, the self-image, the ideal self-image that you're painting, not the one that you think you deserve, not the one that you think you can, but the one that you truly want without any limitation.
If in some area in your life and your business you are not where you already want to be, actually there is nothing wrong with you. It's just some limiting beliefs, old patterns and habits that are holding you back, and the model needs some tweaking and adjusting.
That's right.
And this is what will happen in Time to Thrive Challenge.
Yes. So before we begin, just a little housekeeping so that you're absolutely, like present with us, why we're here, what we are doing. So as we said, Time to Thrive Challenge begins tomorrow. In about 24 hours from now.
Yes.
Okay. And as we've said from the beginning of the Army of You Challenge, the reason we are here mostly is to prepare you mentally and emotionally for this avalanche of information, for this avalanche of emotions. Okay, it is very important to remember that the more prepared you are, the better you will receive.
Yes,
Next.
you will get the most out of it. This is the last practice, let's say.
This is the last practice.
This video.
So what that means is that as of tomorrow, we will be having master classes every single day, reviewing the previous day of Time to Thrive Challenge and preparing you for the one that comes up. And why is that important? Because the review part will help you solidify the best insights in your mind. And then we will be warming up again, because ask yourself this: what do high performers do before the actual act? What do best athletes, NFL athletes, Champions League soccer athletes do? They warm up before every single game. But what if you're Cristiano Ronaldo and you've warmed up so many times in your life, and you have like so many NFL rings and so many Champions League cups? I mean, you're good to go, right? You don't need to warm up. No. This is when you warm up the most, because you understand why that matters. So every single day we will be starting one hour exactly
in advance. Yes.
We're both Greek, but we act like the most the strictest British people, right?
Yes, very punctual.
When we say the webinar starts at 8 our time, it starts at 8.
Yes.
So there is no warm-up. You might find in other webinars that there is like a 10-minute warm-up just for people to, show up and so on. If you come 10 past, you missed 10 minutes, because we always start the minute we say.
Yes.
So last but not least, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask. We are here for you virtually 24/7. Okay? I know I am a bit sleep deprived. I know that I may not use the best words possible. Okay? I know that I may be like a little late in my response time because of the, avalanches of questions and so on. But now is the time, because me and Alexandra have decided to invest our time until almost half of August, almost the 15th of August, to help you make this mental and emotional shift in your financial model, in the model that will take you from where you are to the impact, income, and lifestyle that you truly love. No discounts, nothing. The one that you truly love. Go.
Any questions you can ask of that are relevant to this challenge, let us know.
Yeah, just reply to any of our emails, or just send us a message on like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is that you're most comfortable with. But as Jack Canfield says in his book, The Aladdin Factor, ask.
Yes.
What if my question? What if Angelo thinks my question is stupid, or he already answered this in the webinar?
There are no stupid questions. A question is always valid.
You will ask whatever you believe is between you and where you want to go. Period. You will ask us now, because now you have our attention. You have our time. We're giving it to you. Solve all the mysteries, all the obstacles that are between where you are right now and where you want to go. So why invest your time with us right now? Because remember this: if you lose like $100, like it falls from your pocket, like the note literally falls from your pocket, and you're like, oh my God, I lost
$100.
No, it's much worse than that, to lose 100 seconds. So it is vital to know why you are here, why you're investing time with us. There are 3 prime reasons. Number 1 is that we have like a combined experience in mindset and marketing that goes back decades.
Yes.
And not only that, especially in the part that you take your mind from where it is right now to where it has to be. This mindset upgrade. I've definitely done my 10,000 hours, and I've definitely fixed my mind in a way that you have no chance convincing me that you cannot get where you want to go.
Yes.
How about that? So
Challenge,
if
Angelo.
our minds are in a ring and you are trying to convince me that there is at least one reason why you will not get where you want to go, try me. Just try me. Okay.
Yes, we have 30 years of marketing experience and 15 years of personal development, business development, and digital marketing knowledge. So use this. We are here for you to
That's
support you in your journey.
Number 2.
Second reason, in the last 13 years, we have worked with the best at dozens of 7-figure product launches.
That's right.
Okay, we have done this journey before many times.
Which means we have handpicked what really works, and we are going to give it to you as we move along, simply as a bonus for your attention. So take advantage of it as much as possible. And number 3, I think this is the most important thing, why you should really invest your attention right now in us. Simply because
we have already won.
And we can say that, as Zig Ziglar would say, without batting an eyelash.
The game of the new economy.
We've won because simply we have managed to take our seeming destination, which is happiness, and bring it here and use it as our vehicle to get where we want to go. And we can be unconditionally happy by design, not with like medication or anything, but by design. Simply because we do not have any conditions, exactly like a baby would do, exactly like a pet will do. This is our vehicle, this is our starting point, and the goal, any goal we choose is not for us to be happy, but for us to grow. This is the game changer. So, what is the most scarce resource in the world?
Can you guess? Attention. Your attention, our attention,
Your
everybody's
attention.
attention.
And
it's so limited.
I
these
don't
days.
know if you're doing this right now, but maybe, just maybe, you're watching us on your PC, on your laptop or Mac or something, and you're playing with your cell phone a game or something, or browsing the news,
TV is on
or
in
the TV is on. And
Yes.
of course, you're good at multitasking, right? But are you getting where you want to go? So now, don't just listen to what we're saying. Watch us, what we are doing to get your attention. Because as I said yesterday, storytelling is one of the most powerful tools you can have to earn people's attention, number one, and then to convey a message. Because stories stick in our minds and hearts, right? So let me tell you a little story that I learned from the amazing John Kehoe. So, what is this? It's a tree, but it's not just a tree.
It's the tree.
It's the tree. So fast forward like a few decades ahead, this is the only tree on earth. The only tree. This is the only tree that's left. And everyone is traveling from all around the world to take like selfie with the tree. And they know like all the trivia about that tree because it's unique. It's just one. Now, I want you to shift your valuable attention from that unique tree and take it to the one unique life of yours. We have only one life, one take on this, and we must get it right. So we must not give and spend our attention to everyone that is begging for it. All these shiny objects, but invest our attention only on what truly deserves to be a part of our lives.
Yes.
This is the difference maker. Say to yourself right now, I have one life. That's it. I have to make it right. No matter what happened up until now, I have to make it right. Right now, begin right now making your dreams a reality because you have one life. That's it.
One precious life.
Yes.
I like the upcoming story.
You may have seen this episode from the Army of You challenge, but what we want to remind you is that maybe, just maybe, you're going the wrong way. And if you remember that episode, we used an amazing example from the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where it was John Candy and Steve Martin.
Yes.
And they wanted to go to Chicago for Thanksgiving. And all hell broke loose. And at some point, they're in the highway. And they managed, John Candy, who was driving, he managed to be in the wrong direction of the highway. So there is another car going with them in the right direction, of course. And they're shouting to them, "You're going the wrong way! You're going the wrong way!" And John Candy and Steve Martin, they look at each other and ask them,
how do they know where we are going?
Exactly. They don't know where we're going, so how do they know we're going the wrong way? And what they meant is that they were literally in the wrong way, in the wrong direction.
In the wrong lane.
So what this means is that what we've said before, maybe you've taken this lightly, but just ask yourself, why am I here? What am I trying to achieve? And mostly you will find, and this is what you've been mostly sold in the past, that you're trying to achieve, in some way, you're trying to achieve happiness. So I will get married to be happy. I will have children to be happy. I want to get this promotion to be happy or happier. But you find out that this is not the case simply because happiness is a completely different game. So if you get married, you're not happy. And married people can confirm that. And half of them get, like divorced. So there is something wrong, with the marriage thing. And there's something wrong with the children thing because, sometimes it's nice and sometimes it isn't. And that's life. So happiness is a completely different game. But as we've said before, if you choose to be unconditionally happy, and if you make happiness not your destination, but your starting point, then you're at the right state to achieve anything else that you want. To have a loving family, to have an amazing, thriving business, because your operating system is right. So, which is the wrong way? We want to remind you, you've probably seen this in a previous episode, but which is the wrong way? The wrong way is to get started. So you're here.
You're here, okay? This is the starting point.
This is where you are. Like the maps that you find, if you're a tourist in a foreign country, you are here.
The pin.
Right? Yeah, the pin, yeah. So right now you're doing the Army of You challenge, right?
Exactly.
And then what's next?
The Time to Thrive challenge,
That's
the upcoming Time to Thrive challenge.
And then maybe just to expedite your results, you decide to invest in Project Next, okay? Yes. That will be offered from Tony and Dean. And then, of course, you will launch your own digital product, and then you will achieve the impact, income, and lifestyle that you desire. And then, finally, reluctantly, you will be happy. But this is not how it works. And you've seen this, like many times in your life, I'm sure. So how does it work?
So this is the wrong way we were referring to. Let's see what can actually
Let's
happen.
Go to the right.
Now you can do it better.
That's right. So you're
starting
here.
Point.
Yep. You're going through the Army of You challenge, and through the Army of You challenge, you discover that you can be unconditionally happy by removing all these conditions. So happiness, basically, if you think of a cork that is, underwater, When you leave that cork, it will surface. Same thing with your emotions. So the moment you remove all resistance, your emotions will surface to your birthright, unconditional love and happiness. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
So
what a nice place to live from.
What's next? And also, don't take our word for it. Test yourself how you feel when you begin reading one of my daily sources of inspiration. So I've been doing this for over 7.5 years now. And this is my design state, to leave you in a better emotional state than when you opened the email. This is it. And also ask yourself, how do I feel when the webinar begins, the masterclass begins, and how do I feel when it ends? Take the test. Don't take our word for it. And you will find out that once you remove this resistance, this mental and emotional resistance, then again you will float back to the emotional state of unconditional happiness.
Exactly.
Amazing. Then,
what is the difference,
with
in the
happiness,
journey?
with happiness as your vehicle, you will launch your digital product. So you are at a state, your happiness is the emotional state, and the corresponding mental state is flow. So the title will just appear in front of your very eyes, like the Army of You challenge happened for us.
The content will be much better, more inspiring.
You will find yourself not having, like to think of the words. I call it's something that I truly love saying to others. I don't want to take credit for what the universe is doing through me. Okay? I repeat many times that I feel that I am the secretary of the universe,
Yes.
like just jotting down notes from infinite intelligence. And that's amazing. Okay? I don't want to take credit. I just want this to be happening so that I am feeling this, and I want you to take advantage of it so that you can reach the impact, income, and lifestyle that you truly love.
And from a happy state, you can connect with your ideal customer as well on a much higher, better level.
Fast forward, I don't know. It depends also on your learning curve, on how aggressive you are with whatever it is that me and Alexandra, we always want, like when we are entering a new course, we want to jump on it, and learn everything there is to it and so on.
As possible.
So why do all this? What will happen at the end? If you're happy already, if happiness is your vehicle and not your destination, what will happen at the end? Okay, so first of all, you will be a much better version of you. You will grow. And this growth, no matter how small or big your win is, no matter how small or big your failure or your loss is, because all these things happen in life. No one can guarantee results ever, period. But if you're at that state, you will have grown to a new version of you, and you will be much stronger and much wiser to achieve anything it is that you want. Also, you will feel much prouder and much more you will have much more self-confidence, simply because you are beginning a journey at a higher emotional state, and you know that you have your hands on the wheel. You don't say, oh, I'm very happy with my results, but I don't know how it happened. You know exactly how it happened.
So you can replicate it.
Happiness and flow as your vehicle, and this is why it happened. And this is the game changer. So
think about this. Little difference, little switch, decision that can make all the difference in your journey.
Yes. Now we are ready to see the 4-part winning blueprint, the Army of You blueprint. Step number 1.
The burning desire.
Not a desire, the burning desire. Step number 2.
Absolute acceptance.
Not
is
just acceptance, absolute acceptance. Step number 3.
Step number 3, a winning product, the winning product.
Not a product, not a winning product, the winning product. And step number 4,
the perfect plan.
And all this 4-part blueprint is quite simple. Maybe not so easy in the beginning, but quite simple. But all this cannot work if you don't take, the middle part, the core of everything, which is your super self. So what that means is that you, and you always want to remember that you are your game changer in your life. It's not like the economy. It's not the next government. It's not, a favorable wind. It's not the fact that you will move to another country. Okay? You are your game changer. Say that right now, out loud. I am
the
my
game
game
change-
changer. I am my game changer. So, next, what is the burning desire? What are the steps towards discovering that what you truly want to have in life?
Okay, so let's
Step
have a
number
look.
1.
So make a detailed list. This is an exercise. You can take a pen and
That's
paper
right.
and make some notes. Make a detailed list of your dream life from where you stand right now. Okay. So what would you like to achieve?
For instance, what is your dream home? What is your dream car, and so on? And then the next step would be to have a number next to it. A number that is like a monthly payment or an annual payment. That's up to you. But you need to have like a number there. And then the third step would be to add all
up.
these numbers up so that you can have a total in your mind.
And
so
this way,
this is how much money I need per month for my dream life, and this is how much money I need per year. That is your call. There's no right and wrong, but you need to know that number. You need to know that if my income, if my profit, my pure net profit is so much from whatever it is that I'm doing, I can manifest my ideal life, my dream life. And last but not least, because so many people get this wrong, you make a list of your terms of engagement.
Yes.
And what that means,
what are the rules of your game?
That's right. So for instance, me and Alexandra say that we want to have absolute time and location freedom. So we take mentally and emotionally the journey that has to happen, no matter how long it is, so that we don't have like jam-packed days with back-to-back meetings and so on. We don't want to be like hyperactive. We want to enjoy life. We want to be able just to gaze like at the sunset for like a couple of hours.
Yes.
And milk life and milk nature and so on.
We actually already enjoy time
Yes.
and location freedom because we decided this some time ago, and we set up the rules of our game this way to accommodate this desire.
And another important part is that once you have that, you realize that when some things go wrong, you test your model if it makes sense, if it works. So about 2.5 months ago, I had my Achilles tendon torn, okay? And this rupture set me back in so many ways, but simply because we have so much being done through the internet, simply because I have an army of me giving value out there, my presence is not, like necessary for my business to grow. The army of Angelo is working for Angelo. Isn't that amazing?
And this model will be analyzed more in the Time to Thrive Challenge, and you will learn exactly the blueprint to achieve it for yourself.
Stay tuned. Yes.
Stay tuned.
Be fully focused as of tomorrow. Be fully focused, fully present. So, 2 important points on the burning desire. Number 1, you need to decide what you really want. What you really want. I've said it before, not what you think you deserve or what you think you can right now. Your beliefs will change, can and will change if you stick to what you really want.
Be bold.
Yes.
Be bold to say to yourself,
yes.
This is what I actually really want. Declare it and claim it.
And then you are responsible to go the distance from desire to belief. And what that means is that if you say, okay, Angelo, then I decide to have like $1 million per day working just 1 second per day. No problem with me. I will never tell you to be realistic or anything else. I just want you to remember that you are responsible to get from desire to absolute belief. to knowing that this is possible and this will happen and this is happening for you. As Jim Rohn used to say, I cannot do your push-ups for you. We are facilitators. We are helping you along the way. We are supporting wheels in your journey, but you will be doing your journey. Next,
Yes.
step number 2, absolute acceptance.
Acceptance.
And this again is like
Many
kind of-
people have
many people are
a problem
struggling
with
with
this.
it. Yes.
Yes.
But also they think that acceptance is only one thing while it's two. So
It's actually two. So the first part is I fully accept my current state as my starting point. So you
That's
have to
right.
be really very honest with yourself.
it's okay to accept that my model got me here, but it's not enough to take me where I want to go. It's perfectly okay. And number 2,
Better to acknowledge it now than to be a few years down the road and realize it.
that's
then.
right.
And number 2, I fully accept and embrace my unlimited potential and power.
That's right.
How
So you
wonderful is
need-
that?
You also need to accept that there are so many things that you cannot yet see, so many things that your belief system and your current state of consciousness and your current emotional state do not allow you to see, but they are out there for you. Okay? The Wright brothers, they really wanted, to build an airplane, to fly. But this does not mean that they had all the answers, accessible to them. But their sustained belief got them there. So you need to accept these two things. Number 1, what I have right now is not enough. And number 2, there is enough inner power, infinite intelligence, wisdom, support, people out there, everything. The resources are virtually infinite for you to achieve any dream that you have. I mean, Elon Musk has a dream to go to Mars. Okay, I think that your ideal lifestyle, it's something much more doable, right? So this perspective also can help you get there, can help you convince yourself, because you need that to make that emotional journey, that psychological journey, before you make the physical journey.
Yes,
to
and
get
it is also linked with your why. So that's why we said the burning desire. So
That's
if your
right.
why is strong, you will unlock potential that you have in you.
Next,
The winning product,
The-
winning product, like
the
Angelo
winning
said.
product. You need to have these 3 conditions, and your winning product will satisfy all 3 conditions. So, number 1, you make a list of the things that you know.
So K stands for
What it is
knowledge.
that you know. If you're like a flight, if you're a pilot, you can talk about, flying and so on. If you're a chef, you can talk about cooking, and maybe you want to help people like amateurs like us cook like pros. Okay? But now let me ask you this. Which are the things you love talking about, even though you might not know, okay, a lot? Because this is also important. And last but not least, things there is a market for. Because no matter how amazing this product is, if there is no market, it's not an amazing product.
Yes.
And now you know that the bullseye, basically, this sweet spot right here, is your
Winning digital product.
The product that satisfies all these 3 conditions, all these 3 constraints. So it is something that you truly know about, or maybe your partner knows a lot, all right? And it is also something that you truly love conveying. For example, we are not getting paid to be here. We are paid emotionally to be here. Our destination is to receive a message. This is our happy landing, as we call it, the exercise that you've probably been through in the previous episodes. Our happy landing is to receive the message from you that I have achieved my financial destination. I am there with my winning product. So you see, we are very clear about that. But also, of course, you need A marketplace to
market.
make that happen, right?
People who are interested in your
Pe-
product and what
and
you have to
and
say.
you can test that. You can test that the way I showed you a couple of episodes ago. You can start creating content and start resonating with people. You don't need to have the winning product right now. You need to know what your winning product is and what you want to do, and you will take the knowledge from Time to Thrive Challenge and start, putting the pieces of the puzzle together. But you can start right now creating value for others on social media, via email, and so on, and actually test if there is traction.
Yes.
Okay, if this is something that people love to have in their lives. Step number 4, last step.
The perfect plan.
And
is there such a thing?
I think
like the perfect plan?
If there are, it is very hard for me to use the word impossible, but if there is something impossible, is a perfect plan. So, since there is no perfect plan, what is the perfect plan? 3 things. The perfect plan. Step number 1.
So, turn your burning desire into a fixed destination. So, what does that mean?
You want to take from step 1, your burning desire. So, arbitrarily, I say like $10,000 per month. This is my financial goal so that I can have the life I desire, right? You take that from a desire and you turn it from a desire into a fixed destination. So if the economy goes down, you don't touch that number. If the economy goes up, you don't touch that number, because this is what you want. You have decided. It's as if, depending on the conditions of the road, you're changing the destination in your GPS. No. If you want to go to your office, you go to your office. If you want to go to a friend's house, you go to a friend's house. If you want to go from New York to LA, you go to LA. If there is traffic, you don't go someplace else, you go to LA. It may take a bit longer, but you go there. You might use another route, but you go there. Remember, turn your desire into a fixed destination. Step number 2.
Start right now. Don't wait. Start with what you have.
Since the best time to start was 10 years ago and you didn't for some reason.
The next best time is?
The next best time is now. So you start now with what you've got. And what you've got are 2 things again. It's your outer world, the things you've accomplished, and your inner world, which is like, again, the potential is infinite. And number 3.
Consistently upgrade the 3 things that upgrade your results, which are your mindset. Consistently work on that. Your emotional fortress. Do you want to explain emotional fortress?
Your emotional fortress. Imagine a wall that is between you, your inner world, and what is happening in the outer world. And the stronger that is, the stronger that is, the less you are affected by circumstances. So you work consistently, not only on feeling happy, let's say, but on protecting that happiness, protecting that state. So, for example, I really love an example Dean Graziosi is using. So he says, like, if I go to the restaurant and I order like medium rare steak and, well done chicken shows up, I eat it.
I don't bother, don't even think about it
I
for a
have
minute.
something much more important in my life than to lose my cool just because the wrong order showed up or something like that. And it is as simple as that. You need to invest your attention, your emotions, your time, the assets that are truly valuable to you only on what matters. And the last thing is you need to be upgrading your skills. It's your skills that will get you there, and you don't necessarily need to have those skills. You can hire those skills. You can partner with those skills, but you need to have them to get where you want to go. It's your call how you go about it, but you need to have them.
Yes, the specific skills that are related to the achievement of your goal.
Last but not least, you need to be fully ready for tomorrow. And it's not what we've covered so far. You need to make sure that you are in absolute control of your mind and your heart, of your mental and emotional state. So you need the 3 to thrive, as we said. Okay.
So what are the 3 to thrive? So first one, mentally and emotionally ready. So this is also what we've been working
excuse
on.
me, I really like this 3 to thrive.
The 3 to thrive, it sticks.
It sticks.
It sticks. Easy to remember.
And because things will be going on so fast, always remember, if you see Dean, ask yourself, 3 to thrive, am I ready? Because you have to be ready. Trust me, you have to be ready for receivership. The soil has to be fertile for new information, for a mindset upgrade. It has to be right. So
there will be an avalanche of valuable information. So really,
step number
be
one,
mentally and emotionally ready.
Step number two.
Step number two, be there. So August 2nd comes and Time to Thrive Challenge begins. So really be there. Make a point. Schedule it in your calendar.
Yes.
Clear your calendar for the rest of the time.
I think
so you will be able to attend.
In 24 hours exactly from now, as we are live, 24 hours from now.
Yes.
It's there.
It's there. And be there. But we said this already.
Is this a typo?
No, when we say be there, we mean really be there. Distraction free.
Present.
Be present.
Be there. And to help you achieve that, we also have some notes, let's say, which is number one. By tomorrow, you have 24 hours to prepare this. Have a destination fixed in your mind, all ready. So do the exercise and go through your dream life, your ideal life, and have that number in your mind and tell yourself, this is my destination. This is not my desire. This is my destination. So, from the value that I will receive from Angelos and Alexandra's masterclasses, coupled with the amazing value that I will receive from Time to Thrive Challenge, I will get to that destination non-negotiable. You make a contract with yourself. That's it. This is where you're going, and you don't ever touch that GPS again. Okay? You will let that GPS, your mind, to come up with ideas. Maybe there is like a route recalculation or something, but you never ever touch that. Number two.
Assume you are at a physical event. So behave as if you are at a physical event and not at the biggest ever digital event.
It's really beautiful to have that luxury, to be, in a comfortable couch and watch Tony and Dean delivering value for 5 days for free. It is amazing. I mean, can you imagine? More than 1 million people are expected at Time to Thrive Challenge.
It's mind-blowing.
Can you imagine?
It is mind-blowing.
I mean, the resources, what would it take for 1 million people to gather up at one place? I remember a record that my father brought in the 80s. My father brought a record. It was Paul Simon and Garfunkel live at Central Park. And it was back then one of the biggest, if not the biggest, concerts ever, like 500,000 people. And I thought, like, wow.
My God, yes. How many?
500.
So many people. And tomorrow
imagine
it will be
twice that many tomorrow. So, okay, this is a lot of energy, right?
A lot of energy.
Yes. But what I want to point out is that all this, all this vibe can derail you a bit, because now you say, you know what? It's a digital event. I can go to the kitchen and make a sandwich. I can go out to the living room, and chat with my husband for 5 minutes or help my children with something. No. Again, you're fully present, because this is what you would do in a physical event and also in a paid event.
Exactly.
I know that it is free.
Difference maker.
I know that it is free. But as Dean Graziosi says,
act as if you paid for the event.
Act as if you paid 10K.
Because then you mentally commit.
Act as if you paid $10,000 for Time to Thrive Challenge. And let me give you another tip. I'm not like a reader of the future, like I'm not an oracle, but I can safely say that even though you can act as if it cost you $10,000 to be a Time to Thrive challenge, it will cost you many times that if you don't attend.
Yes.
Because
Definitely.
1 week from now, it will be over. Time to Thrive challenge, 1 week from now will be over. Which version of you will be there? The same you right now with the same desires and the same obstacles? Or a happy and unstoppable you that is going to the decided financial destination no matter what? This is something that you truly need to sleep on. This is your last chance to sleep on it, since Time to Thrive challenge begins tomorrow. And last but not least,
this is the fun part for me.
This is like a bonus. This is like a bonus action for you.
So have an accountability partner and as many of your family and friends, so you can create a vortex of positivity.
So imagine this. When you are like in what we call scarcity mindset, we think about ourselves. So how on earth would having many, like some people from my family and friends there, I have to be there, that's it. Why invite others? Because they are your environment. They are part of your outer world. Do you want them to drag you down, or be supportive of your new project, or be supportive of where you want to go? When you say to them, I'm moving to a place that is like 5 times bigger, I'm taking a car, I'm purchasing a new car that is 5 times more expensive and 5 times cooler and whatever. Do you want them to boo you, or do you want them to, like cheer you on and say, yes, you're there, I get it now? Because let me tell you this. This is what Angelo was like almost 15 years ago, okay? And when I went, I started reading, some personal development books, and I started, this warm-up that we're talking to you about today. But it was the moment that I went to my first UPW seminar with Tony Robbins that I have virtually engraved a new vibration in my mind and heart, a completely different state, because I lived it for 4 days. For 4 days. And this was the game changer. Alexandra witnessed this change, because when I came back to Greece from New York, I was fiercely unstoppable, and there was a problem. Alexandra was not there yet. But I resonated with Alexandra, and this is what you need to happen with your family and friends also. So maybe you will share it, with 10 people and only 2 will show up because they're not committed as you are. I get it. But why not? Can you imagine how many people out there are suffering right now because they lack the mindset, the skill set, and the emotional fortress to get through their challenges and achieve what they want? And you have access to that for 5 days. Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Brendan Broussard, Russell Brunson, so many, Jenna Kutcher, so many people will be giving this value for free, but not actually for free, because you will be investing your time and attention. And also, now you're committed to yourself, not us, to yourself. You've made this mental and emotional contract that not only you will be there, not only you will attend all 5 days of Time to Thrive challenge, this is your starting point to get to your financial destination. That's it. You are the captain of your financial destiny. This is the message that we want to leave you with. Just say it out loud right now and make a mental and emotional imprint, a vibration that will stick with you until the end of this journey, not until the end of Time to Thrive challenge, until you reach your destination. I am the captain of my financial destiny. Again, I am the captain of my financial destiny. See you tomorrow, same time, as we will be prepping for the first day of Time to Thrive Challenge. Be there, and also, if some friends want to be there with you and support this journey for, the one that you want to achieve, and
also for themselves.
Exactly.
Yes.
Achieve their dreams, ask them now, as they will also need some prepping time to be mentally and emotionally ready. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Ciao,
Bye
ciao.
bye.